Okay, so right now I'm going to discuss libraries. And what a library is, I think we mentioned earlier in the course, is it's kind of a set of code or algorithms that can be used to do different things that can be complex. And so somebody has done some work to simplify the process of writing that code, and they've basically taken that code they've created and built it into a library. So if you click on the side here, you have sketchbook, examples, libraries, and you can see all these Arduino libraries that people have created for use with Arduino boards. Okay, and there's a lot of them. And so like if you search, we can find a servo library. Okay, you can click right here. And so when you click on this, you get a little bit more info about it. It'll take you to like a reference page about the servo library, how it works, and some examples here. You also see some examples here. If you click on either example, it'll show you how to use the servo library, some examples of the use. Okay, and that's basically what it is. Okay, and so we'll be using the servo library quite a bit, but we're also going to need for this project, we're going to need a custom library that I built. And so the library that's linked, there's a zip file linked in the instructions, and you're going to download that zip file, and then what you're going to do is you're going to click the import button right here, and you'll click import. You're going to find the file. Okay, you're going to open it, and when you do, it's going to show up under custom. Okay, this particular library is called Stepper BYJ. Here we have some examples of it. In this one there's two. This is actually an older version of it that I'd written, or that I had modified, I suppose. And so yours will look slightly different. The blink one won't be there. Okay, and then from here what you're going to do is, when we use this library in our sketch, what we're going to do is let's see, I guess the best way to do it would be actually to go to the libraries, click the library, and choose include. Okay, and so this is the kind of how we include a library. We use this pound include right here, and then it gives you these little arrow brackets, and then inside is the name of the library, and then .h, and that's kind of a type of C++ file. And so that file it's basically importing that file. And so the way this works is that when we run this program and compile it and send it to the Arduino, it's also going to bring the code that's stored in this file along with it. Okay, and I'm going to actually show you the code that's in that file right now. And so when we go here, so this is the .h that you're importing. And so what happens when we import that is it's going to import this file, okay, and then it's got basically a list of, so there's some code involved here, and it's a type of programming where we create an object which is a stepper motor, and we basically make a bunch of functions that apply to any stepper motor. Okay, and so when we use this library, there's a set of functions that we can use here to control the stepper motor. We can set the speed here, so here are the speed setter methods. We can move in steps, okay, and then here's variables and stuff that it uses as well. Okay, and the code that basically controls these functions is located in this other .cpp file. Okay, unfortunately you can't actually view them from the editor, but so this is the code to make it step, or this is, I guess, where we create the stepper object and we assign all these kind of properties to it. And here we have basically a program where we assign the speed, different versions of assigning the speed, tell it to step, okay, and then a bunch of other stuff going on here. And here's the step sequence. Okay, we know about stepper motors where you're activating and deactivating different coils to cause it to move. And so this is the sequence of coils it's activating. There's 4 wires. This is an 8-step sequence where it's turning one on, the next one on before switching that one off, and it steps through this sequence like that. Okay, so this is kind of the basics of getting started. So go ahead and add your library in. Okay, and next video I'll kind of show you how to get started with adding a stepper into your program.